What's going on, guys? Well, watch us back again with another video for you guys now. Europa League final tomorrow, Chelsea against Arsenal. Got two special guests, KennyKen from Arsenal TV, long time, and obviously the main man, Lawrence. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll let you guys introduce your channels first of all. Who wants to start?
Well, I haven't got a channel. All I've got is just
Twitter,
myself.
isn't it? It's in the link right now.
Basically, all I am is that I'm just a guest. You know, I said I beg to be, to have my say, and people like yourself take pity on me and give me away, because there's as much as you take pity on me and give me a chance, there's a lot of people ignore me and think I'll go on a bit. So thank you for me chance. I've got nothing to promote. I've got my Instagram channel, if you like.
I'll put your Twitter in the link right now, man. If you want to check it out, guys.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, KennyKen1972, everyone's welcome, even Spurs fans. I know there's a Spurs fan who just contacted me. We started off very badly. He said he was going to meet me, give me a slap. We ended up being the best of friends. We found out we lived around the corner for each other. That's why.
Nice. Lawrence, man.
Well, firstly, thank you for having me. Glad to be back on. And yeah, of course, also follow me on Twitter, the Instagram, on YouTube, Lawrence Vescoli. That will be decent. Unless you're a Spurs fan, then you don't need to follow me.
For sure. Guys, if you want to subscribe to his channel, link in the description right now as well. Support his channel, man. Big fan of him. So, first of all, Kenny, let's talk about Arsenal. Are you confident for tomorrow, first of all?
It's a game we can't afford to lose. Really can't afford to lose. The thing about it is that if you look at the Champions League this season, and if you look at it in the future, I think the English club's going to be dominating for a good 3 or 4 years. The reason why I think is that Juventus has just got rid of Allegri. They've got Aaron Ramsey now. They've got Ronaldo. And they're looking for a manager. We're hearing rumours that Sarri might go. There's Mourinho's out of work. There's rumours about Guardiola. Yeah. So they're going to be in a bit of transition. Real Madrid are going to be in complete transition. They're going to need a complete overhaul of, playing staff. Zidane's going to make a lot of time. But I don't see Real Madrid make any waves in the Champions League without Cristiano Ronaldo. I think Lofa after Ronaldo is going to be very, like I said, difficult for the time being. You look at Barcelona as well. No Xavi and Iniesta still haven't replaced him. And, like I said, the big elephant in the room in Barcelona is life without Lionel Messi. So, in terms of English clubs, Tottenham and Liverpool in the final. I expect Tottenham and Liverpool to be challenging for the Champions League for a few years yet. You're in the Champions League as well.
Yeah.
And there's Man City. So, really and truly, Arsenal Football Club need to be part of that equation, because not only do they need to be in the Champions League, they need to be challenging for it. It's no shadow boxing, no, struggling to get out of group stages and get the last 16, losing 10-2 to Bayern Munich. We really got to take it seriously, and that's why tomorrow has to be. We have to beat it tomorrow. It's not a question. I don't care how we do it. We've got the players to do it. We've got to start a bit. But one thing you've done since we beat you at the Emirates is that you're defending a lot better. Defending the team, and Sarri does seem to have a plan B, where it was just. Sorry ball was just, basically pass the ball, don't track your runners and let yourself get pressed all over the field. But sorry ball, when his trophies come along, it's going to be difficult. Remember, Sorry hasn't won a trophy yet.
He's going to win it tomorrow.
Well, I think both teams are evenly matched. We're brilliant in attack, and midfield's okay. In defence, you're fantastic. And we've both got, Petr Cech's a legend for Chelsea. He's also a legend for the Premiership. He'll be in goal tomorrow, despite what Arsenal fans say. And you've got Arisa Balaga. And just guess what? You don't even have to take him off for penalties. And he doesn't even have to refuse to come on, because he's proved he can save penalties.
For sure. Lawrence, you feeling confident for the game, man?
No. No, it's a plain and simple no. Ever since Loftus-Cheek got injured, all the confidence went. There's no confidence. Nah. I mean, there is a little bit, but do I actually believe that we're going to win? No, is the God honest truth. Especially, obviously, with the situation about N'Golo Kanté, that we just don't know whether he will be available to play tomorrow. Of course, Sarri said earlier today that he gives it a 50-50 chance whether he will be able to play. Is that good enough? I don't know. In the training session today, he was just doing running by himself, really, next to the group with a fitness coach by himself. Yeah. Is that enough to play tomorrow? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I think he should start anyway, because what's the point in having him be fit in July? There's no point in that. Like, I don't know.
For sure.
Like David Luiz and Cahill played with one leg in Munich.
Yeah.
So
I was just gonna say, I think if it was a normal game, I totally agree with you. But I just feel maybe that performance against City when we lost in the Carabao Cup final, obviously we should have won that game personally. I think if we have that same kind of passion, we might have a chance against Arsenal. But Arsenal's forwards, they're too good. We need one of them at Chelsea for sure right now, because I don't know what's going on with Higuain. What happened to him in training, Lawrence, man?
well, that I don't know. I mean, I just saw the clip of it, and I was like, nothing really happened with David Luiz and Higuain, so I don't even know what the hell's happening. It was definitely not that pissed Sarri off. Like, surely not. That would make no sense. So I don't know what he's doing, but obviously the media are blowing completely out of proportion again. Like, who cares? It's football. People are angry at football. Have you ever played football yourself? At some point, you're just a bit angry, then you just walk off. It just happens in football. Like, it's no big deal. They're going to be fine tomorrow. It's not going to make a single bit of difference. In my opinion, anyway. I mean, people might disagree. But that's what I think anyway, because, yeah, I mean, who cares? And what? Like, training was about to be over anyway, so when he walks up and throws his hat around, not really all that fussed, to be honest. So, you know.
Definitely.
I mean,
a very, very good opinion, bigger picture right there. Kenny, are you worried about the defence of Arsenal? I hope Mustafi's around.
Well, I don't think Mustafi's going to play. I think what's happened is that one of the things I don't like us doing is that I don't like us playing a back three, because I think when you play a back three, you're inviting pressure on from defence. It's like you're saying, you're admitting to your opposition that you're not very good in midfield and that you're going to pack the midfield because you can't defend. But the trouble is that if you play a back three, you still need players to protect the defence. It's no good just having numbers and they just stand there and they let runners run off. Because I think N'Golo Kante's going to play tomorrow. So if he's going to play, Sarri likes to play him as a sort of a forward midfielder, because he's got his insurance of Jorginho, who doesn't exactly hold, but he gives the ball to a better player. He's got Kovacevic to do all the running. So what he's asking Kante to do, which he does very well, is that he likes him to be the auxiliary attacker, but he knows that Kante's got the lungs and the energy to get back. Now, in terms of Arsenal as well, what my problem is that we don't defend as a team. We don't have a sort of stopper. Although Koscielny's playing very well, Socrates is doing very well, and they do well together. My biggest worry is it's not so much as us picking around. It's what we do with Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard's a very, very skillful player. We can't let him in the last third. We've got to make sure that he runs from deep and we find a runner. Someone has to sacrifice a game in the midfield to stop Eden Hazard from running from deep.
Yeah, I feel something magical is going to happen. I think something magical is going to happen. I think this is definitely his last game, of course, going to Madrid. And I feel he's going to end it on a high. I'm hoping for a brace at least or something. Man, Lawrence, what are you thinking?
Last time Hazard playing against Arsenal in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup final, you know, apparently you celebrated too much when we beat you 2-1, and in the second leg at the Emirates last year, he scored. But, you know, we kind of followed that. We kind of what we did with Hazard, we made him run from deep, and then gave him those. We didn't let him into our penalty area, and I think that's what we've got to do tomorrow. But Hazard's a fantastic player. One thing I will say about Hazard, he's the next level from world class for me, because as far as I'm concerned, he does it when he first came, he had a good season. Second season was okay. And when you won the league in 2015 under Mourinho, he was world class. Second season, he down tools with all your players. And then in 2017, world class. Season after that, down tools. Now this season. So for me, to be a world class player, you've got to be consistent every season. You can't just down tools because you've got to be the manager. And I think a lot of players at Chelsea do that. I don't think the players at Chelsea are with Sarri. I don't think they understand the way he plays. A lot of the special players like Azpilicueta and Luiz, they're used to defensive organisation and used to, you know, like a situation where there's. I don't think Sarri has any tactics. I think he's like Arsene Wenger. He just says, go out and play and express yourself.
For sure.
I really do.
Lawrence,
yes.
What about Hazard, man? Hazard's Hazard's performance. Do you think he's going to be shining tomorrow for sure in his last game?
I mean, he better do. He better do, because I get what Kenny's saying, because you know it's a rarity that you'll see the team Chelsea play badly and Hazard just come up with something to win us a game. All right, he got the equaliser against Wolves in that 1-0 draw, fair enough. But that was Wolves at home in a, I'm not going to say irrelevant league game, but it's not quite a European final, is it now?
Yeah.
So it would be quite good if he came out with a big one, once in a while. That would be quite good. Would be great because maybe they would win. I mean, you said earlier that you're worried about their attackers, and yes, so am I. Aubameyang, if Lacazette starts as well, not sure whether they'll both start. I just hope they start Ozil and try and tell him to man mark Jorginho, because then Jorginho's going to have a field day.
No.
Kenny loves Ozil, man.
No, Mr. Ozil. No, please, Mr. Ozil. You know what? That guy tears me up. He gives. I'll tell you one thing. It's a good thing my wife shaved my hair out, because I would have pulled it out by now. The guy drives me mad. He's got so much natural ability. He is a better player than De Bruyne, Eriksen, Silva, Bernardo Silva. He's got more natural talent than them. But what happens is with Mesut Ozil is he doesn't have the reputation. People say he's not that kind of player. He's not that sort of player to do this and that. But I'm sorry, but if you're world class, you have to be that sort of player. You have to be a talisman. And I think with Mesut Ozil, this is his stage tomorrow. But one thing we are guaranteed with Mesut Ozil is that if we play badly, he's not the man to sort of put his hand up and drag you out the mire like Eden Hazard can. And that's why you guys rightly see Eden as a hero. You know what I mean? Me, myself, I feel like strangling him sometimes. I generally believe he's a mood player. But you guys watch more of him and you know more than me. But I can only look at these seasons, as I said before. You can't go from one season being world class and the next season you drown tools, and then you're world class again, and then you're down, and then you think, for me, that's why Eden Hazard can never be world class for me.
Yeah, the thing is, the players around him are just average, man. They're shocking. Like you said about Marino earlier, like the signings around him haven't been up there. Like, imagine we had the Drogbas in the prime, Lampard and stuff around Hazard. It would be a different story.
So that's why we think we can beat you. The Chelsea that used to destroy us, and not just so much under Mourinho, but even after Mourinho, you had leaders on the side. Petr Cech was your leader. You had John Cherry's leader, Lampard's leader, and Drogba's leader. But don't discount on Carvalho as well. Like when after Mourinho left in 2007, 2008, Avram Grant was your manager, but he wasn't. Those players were the ones who, like I said, got Mourinho's how do you say it, Bible, and they ran with it. And they were the ones that take the titles. And they nearly won you the double of the Premiership and the Champions League. You're only a penalty kick away from winning the Champions League and only 2 points behind Man United. So that's what you had leaders, you had managers in the field. You don't have them no more. You maybe have Cesar Azpilicueta, but he's no John Terry, is he?
For sure. Lawrence, man, who's your back four for tomorrow for Chelsea, man?
I mean, we don't really have much room for, well, I don't know,
anyone
creativity really, as in like, who can we pick? I mean, it's got to be Aspi. Obviously, he's going to start at right back.
Yeah.
Luiz and Christensen as the centre backs, and then, I mean, the only question is the left back. For me, it has to be Emerson. I think it will be.
I just got a feeling he's not going to start.
I just hope, because obviously I was at the Arsenal game at the Emirates, and the way Arsenal pressed us and tried to not let us out of our own third, and we struggled to get past their press. And even when we did, we were too, like, the distances between our players were too big for us to have a good build-up play to get into Arsenal's final third. And to counteract that, you need players like Emerson rather than players like Alonso, because Emerson is good on the ball. He doesn't cross any better than Alonso. He doesn't shoot any better than Alonso. Well, he actually is a lot worse at shooting than Alonso. But he can keep the ball and he can pass the ball. And he doesn't get nervous in tight areas. So if he is pressurized, if he's under, gets pressed, he's fine. He can keep the ball moving to a Jorginho, to Hazard. It doesn't matter. So at least one side is capable of keeping the ball then, because we know Aspi is only all right at it and no more, but we don't have a better option there. So we need at least Emerson. So at least the one side of the pitch we can somewhat get out if Arsenal do decide to press us, which I do expect them to do.
But the midfield, man, I'm not confident with the midfield, man. If Kante doesn't play, we're looking at Kovacic, Barkley, and Jorginho. Like, they need to be supporting Emerson on that side as well.
Mate, what can we do, innit? That's what I'm saying. Without Ruben, that's why I'm not confident, because I know one of Kovacic or Barkley, at least one of them, will start. I mean, I might as well play with 10 people.
You know what's funny? Arsenal fans were telling me that we still have a class midfield without Loftus-Cheek and Kante.
I mean, it's still better than them. It's still better than them.
The thing is, any midfield with Kante is a class midfield. He is the best midfielder in the world. He's got 3 engines. He can attack, he can press, and that guy can even play centre half. He is
bit short for that, maybe.
So yeah, but it's probably too small. But rightly so, he's basically your highest paid player, I believe. And rightly, the thing about it, right, is that if he doesn't play tomorrow, I'll think, phew. I'm glad that Loftus-Cheek ain't playing as well, because Loftus-Cheek, as you were saying before, what Loftus-Cheek gives you is he gives you drive. He's a runner from midfield. He's not quite a Frank Lampard, but you know what I'm trying to say? He runs. And what he does is that, you know Spurs got Sissoko. You know how Sissoko takes you 10 yards in the attack for Tottenham? Yeah. Well, Loftus-Cheek does the same thing. But he's got a goal for it.
Please don't compare Loftus-Cheek to bloody Sissoko. Come on now. Give the guy some credit. He's not bloody Sissoko. No. I mean, he's a decent player, but Loftus-Cheek is the best midfielder in England have.
Yeah, he is. But the thing with Sissoko is all about effectiveness. We're not saying Sissoko's a great player, but it's what he brings to Tottenham. What Sissoko does, if you look at the game against Ajax,
good. I can't lie.
You see how Sissoko got Tottenham 10 yards, and then what he did with getting 10 yards, players like the Dele Allis can run alongside it, and then what they do is they compress. Like I said, Ajax defence and get more bodies forward. But you need someone to lead the line. And what Loftus-Cheek does very well is that he could do that. For him not to play is like, phew, you know what I mean? And another one I'm glad he's not playing as well is HUDSON-ODOI. Because again, he gives you a bit of trickery and he can beat his man. Like Willian, hard-working player, but can Willian beat his man?
I mean, he can probably beat Monreal, but other than that, not that many. Nah, I'm on a bit of a collision course now. I'm just taking a piss a little bit. Like I say, I'm not that confident without Loftus-Cheek. Like, it's probably going to be a dead final. Let's be honest. We're not going to be that great. We're going to have 2 chances. Arsenal are going to have 3. They're going to take 1, and we're going to lose 1-0. And then at the end of the day, we're all going to be triggered. And then both Arsenal and Chelsea are going to get knocked out of the Champions League in the group stages because we're both nowhere near good enough for the Champions League. And then, yeah, great. We might as well not play. Like, okay, Arsenal can at least sign players, but, you know, we can't even sign anyone. So who the fuck cares? I mean, without Hazard, we might as well not turn up.
Well, hang on it. You say you can't sign anyone. How many players you got on loan?
But there's a reason they're out on loan.
Get them back.
Yeah, but there's a reason they're out on loan.
Good. 3 of them are good. That's it. I don't.
You're 3.
I think everyone overrates.
Yeah, but Kenny, mate, they're not playing in the Champions League, though, are they? Those loanies, they're Everton and the Championship.
If they're Champions League players, you wouldn't have put them out alone. But you have got players.
No, of course.
You can give their head. Loftus-Cheek. I don't know how long his injury was, but Odoi, he'll be all right for the start of next season, surely, wouldn't he?
Not quite, I don't think. Like for the start of the season, maybe, but not for pre-season, which I think is a bit of the issue.
Yeah. What about getting Abraham back from Villa?
Yeah. I want him back. I want him back. Second choice. Second choice.
I'd rather Batshuayi, but
really,
yeah.
How come?
You see Tammy yesterday. He tried to curl it, went under it, and put it 10 yards over. Now I'm taking a piss. Of course, you can't judge him on one game. Tammy is, for me, I'm like, why? What even is this whole situation here? He bottled his own career to me last summer. He was like, I don't want to go on loan. Then I was like, shit, Prem window closed. Let me go on loan to the Championship. Well, that went well for you, didn't it? Like, he could have played in the Prem all season. But no, he spent this season in the Championship where we know no more or no less than we did the season before how well he would do for Chelsea. It was a completely different type of football in the Championship to the Premier League. You can't compare it at all. Then he was, all right, he was at Swansea. He was their best goal scorer still. Wasn't great, but he was still their best goal
Yeah, but
scorer.
don't you think with like Tammy Abrahams, with Gareth Southgate sniffing around him last season, which he was doing? If you were Tammy Abrahams, right, and Gareth Southgate sniffing, and he's putting you in the food squads before the World Cup, would you start at Chelsea to sit on the bench?
No. I'm not saying stay at Chelsea. I'm saying go out on loan earlier. I'm saying go out on loan earlier and go to a Premier League loan, because he had the offers. But he was like, he wanted to stay as a third choice initially, and then realized, oh, actually, I'm not going to play much. And then because the Prem window closed earlier last season for the first time, innit?
First time.
But the Championship window was open for longer. And then he was like, all right, actually, let me go out on loan. Then he could only go Championship. So then that to me wasn't the smartest move by him. It doesn't mean that he can't be at Chelsea, but he wouldn't be first choice. And I wouldn't exactly be the most confident if whoever is our first choice got injured and we had Tammy Abraham playing.
What happens if Higuain? Do you keep Higuain? Do you keep him?
We have an option. We have an option to keep him,
mate. I don't even know what I want to do with Higuain.
Yeah, but Kenny, listen. My guy Lawrence doesn't even like Giroud. Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen with Higuain or Giroud or Tammy, which is why I want Michi. And Michi, he's fantastic on Twitter.
Giroud's got he's out of contract at the end of the season. So what's happening is that whoever takes over from Sarri, because I'm assuming that Sarri's in the league. No.
Giroud extended his contract, mate.
Yeah, it's extended.
Oh, so if Giroud extended his contract, again, the situation is that for me, when Giroud was at Arsenal, I always saw Giroud as a horses player. Everyone says, "Oh yeah," a lot of you follow me on Twitter anyway. You see me argue Arsenal fans on Twitter, and you always know that a lot of Arsenal fans are nostalgic. When things not going well with our strikers, if only we had Giroud, not realising that Giroud scored 16 goals in the 2015-2016 season, but he went 3 months without scoring, and he only got 16 goals because he scored a hat-trick against relegated Aston Villa. Now that's Giroud's story. Giroud, for me, is a hard-working player, but for me, I want modern-day players to have pace. I want a genuine goal threat on a regular basis. And
my point.
Good holder play. And I again, everyone says that Giroud and Eden Hazard play well together, and Eden Hazard likes playing with Giroud.
I see that.
But I don't. When I look at Giroud at Chelsea, I'm thinking, I just wonder what you guys think about him and all that. Because for me, I can see frustration in your faces when he plays.
That's certainly the case for me. Sadiq won't agree. And, that's fair enough. I'm not saying Giroud is awful for us, but it's not what I wanted in number 9. Who are we? I'm sorry. I want my number 9 to be capable of scoring goals and playing with his teammates, not just one of the two. This is not an option. It's asking a goalkeeper to only save with his hands, but never with his feet. It's just not the full job, though, is it?
You're right, man. You're right. It's just I've accepted expectations, isn't it? I've accepted the standards of Chelsea right now. How shocking it is. Since Marina's been charged, I've accepted whatever comes our way. I've got to be positive for the fans, man.
What's funny? How did that happen, though, guys? Can you guys explain to me how someone who's in charge of your contracts is now in charge of buying players, and yet you've got a transfer embargo? Surely the person who's in charge of both areas should be taking the can here.
Yeah.
Who's responsible for that at Chelsea? What is Mourinho? What is Marina's role at Chelsea? Because it's quite laughable. Because
her role is every role.
Conte, but the thing was Conte, right? He's one of the reasons why he's fallen out of you guys, and you wouldn't pay him pay off his contract, although you're forced to do it now. It's because of the things he was saying about the club and about the way he was acting. So most of the conflict was Marina because she was about the players. Was that? Correct me if I'm wrong. So was he being punished because he doesn't get with Marina? Because I'm looking at Chelsea now, and I'm thinking, hang on here, where's your Peter Kenyon? You had Peter Kenyon from Man United, and when you had Mickey Cunt, you had a football man there. Marina Granskaya does not look like a football person to me. Yeah. Correct me. You know more about your club than me.
Yeah. Like I said,
no one knows about Marina.
Sorry?
Sorry, go on.
No, you go on. What did you say?
No one knows about Marina. No one really understands why she does all of the things that she does. You can look at it from a financial perspective, but then why would we have signed Drinkwater if we're looking at it from a financial perspective? Like signing Drinkwater for 35 million made absolutely no sense. In no means.
Homegrown.
Well, yeah, but then sign an 18-year-old English player and put him in the squad, or take someone from the academy. You didn't need to sign a 28-year-old. Like that was not necessary for 35 million. And yeah, just like Kenny said, I mean, went from having Costa to having Morata, who didn't turn out well, to having Higuain, who's old, on a 6-month loan, to Bradley Giroud, and actually wanting Giroud to start. And I want Giroud to start tomorrow, just because I think Higuain is actually, but yeah, because because it's Arsenal and he'll try harder than Higuain, because Higuain can't be asked anyway. Now Higuain annoyed me. Like, I think he's a better player, but the guy stops running after half hour. I don't know whether he's too tired or whether he just can't be asked anymore. But that I don't want to see. Like, so don't.
He's
like,
slow. He's slow. He's got good movement. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Morata though a little bit, no?
Yeah, he's a slow Morata.
Yeah, slow Morata. That's it. What else can we speak about in this game? Kenny, I want to ask you about the fans in Baku right now wearing the Mkhitaryan shirt. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw the video. Like, it was very provocative, to be honest. You've got to realise, right? When you're a guest in someone's country, you need to behave yourself. You know, it's a very sore subject with UEFA. It's a very sore subject with the Azerbaijani people. They're putting on some great hospitality for our fans and your fans as well. And I think you should be a bit more respectful. You know, I know it's a hot point, but you've got to look at the situation regarding Mkhitaryan. We've known for a year or maybe 2 years this is going to be held in Baku. We played Karabag in October. Why wasn't someone from Arsenal Football Club sorting this situation out? Surely someone who's earning a figure salary at Arsenal Football Club would have known that there was a situation between both the countries. Surely they would have, alongside UEFA, ensured the player's safety, not just let him excuse himself from a match. And now we get to the final, the 11th hour. It's an issue. I'm sorry, but no one comes out this good. Arsenal don't come out this very good.
I don't even understand why it's an issue now. Like, we all knew about this.
That's what I'm saying, Lawrence.
Like, he didn't travel to Azerbaijan for the game against Karabag, and everyone knew at the time, all right, if Arsenal make the final, he's not going to play the final. I don't even care what anyone cares. Yeah. Not like he was going to start anyway. Like, it doesn't make a difference.
Well, the thing is, Lawrence, is that a lot of Arsenal fans actually bag the man. They bag him because they think that because he's not Mesut Ozil. A lot of fans at Arsenal worship Mesut Ozil. They think he's world class. They think that if he puts his shorts on and his boots on and walks on the grass, he's had a good game. Seriously, I swear to God, I am not joking. You'll have some Arsenal fans who say that by being on the pitch, his runs off the ball has enabled us to control the game and that he dictates the play, but you just don't see it. There's certain things that Mesut Ozil do that you can't see. I'll tell you what I don't see: running, passing, and dominating the game. That's what I don't see. But you know the mantra at Arsenal: if you don't rate Ozil, you don't know football. Well, I've been watching the game for nearly 40 years, so I don't know nothing. I don't rate Ozil. I don't think Ozil's world class. So what do I know?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you say that, but that doesn't mean that Mkhitaryan is great just because Ozil is not great. I mean, I'm not saying Mkhitaryan is a bad player.
I think with Heinrich, Heinrich is not suited to English football. Neither is Mesut. Heinrich has played his best football at Bayern Munich alongside, like his Aubameyang, where, like I said, he had the goals and assist charts. But German football, the Bundesliga is not the Premiership.
Agreed. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen a video yet. I only saw a screenshot of police approaching Arsenal fans in Mkhitaryan shirt.
Yeah. I saw a video.
At the same time, I'm like, why do you need to wear a Mkhitaryan shirt? Is that not the only thing that is being provocative? Like that was the only reason why those people put on that shirt. And I'm not an expert on the political situation between Armenia and Azerbaijan, but I do know that war and that political, tension has been going on for decades and has been an issue for a long time. I don't think the UEFA or Arsenal Football Club or Chelsea Football Club or anyone should march into there and saying, no, this is not cool. This is not good enough. Like, if you went to Austria like 2 years after the Second World War and you had a Germany shirt on, I mean, people wouldn't exactly have been happy with you either. And, it's just It's just how it is. Like, you know, it's just not necessary, and it's not Azerbaijan's fault that this is the issue. The fault lies with the UEFA for putting the final there.
Final day, yeah. Why is it even there? Like, I don't get it. Why is it there in the first place?
Like,
well,
the UEFA knew that this was
it's
the
Europe,
problem.
but it's Europe. Yeah, but the thing is, right, you've got to think about it, right, is that every association within UEFA would have voted for this. They would have known about this 2 years ago. And I'm not too funny, right? I think the problem I have is that a lot of people in Western Europe, they think they have a right to host these finals. You know,
yeah, but Azerbaijan isn't even in Europe.
It's not in Europe.
But it is, though.
No, it isn't.
But
it's
it is
in Asia.
part of the European Association.
Well, yeah, but not geographically.
But maybe not geographically, but they're one of the 55 associations within UEFA. And
yeah, but that is a problem in itself, isn't it? Like, that is a political problem in itself. It's the same with Israel. They shouldn't be part of that either. But I mean, we shouldn't get into that much politics, probably.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that if you're part of an association, you have the right to bid for these finals. And you know, I've got friends of mine who are out there. They're loving it. They said that one guy said it's like Bond Street out there. You know, all these like expensive places and that. So yeah, Bond Street.
I'm sure it's a lovely place, and I wanted to go, but sadly, barely anyone else that I knew went. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for a hotel by myself, am I? So I was like, all right, not going then. So, and I get that it's a lovely place, and I would have loved to go. It's just with the distance from Europe, it's just not exactly ideal. And you know, you can say, oh, America is way bigger than the distance between London and Azerbaijan, and yeah, that's true. But in America, the flights from one end to the other end don't cost £1,000. Like, that's the difference here.
Yeah.
Like, if the flights were £200, no one would have had an issue with this. Okay, yes, it's a long travel, but if the flights are more than affordable, it's no problem, you know. But if it's long and expensive as fuck, then you're like, well, not exactly a fan.
Trust. That's real talk right there. The way the prices went up, what was it, over 1,000, right? Just a flight.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I think the thing with these finals is that you're paying off your season tickets and your memberships, and they have to be paid at the same time as you're paying to go abroad and paying nearly 1,000 on flights, tickets, hotels. Yeah. You know, we ain't got the money for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's how it is. Exactly. That's how it is. Money takes over in business now. Football is a business.
Did you see the prices for the Euros final?
No.
Obviously the Euros 2020, the final will be held at Wembley, and the cheapest prices, the cheapest category of tickets will be, I think, £290.
What?
Imagine that.
290.
I think it's 290. Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter a couple of days ago by an official thing. I think it was 290. Hopefully, maybe it was 190, but I'm pretty sure it was 290. But it was definitely a lot. And I was like, what the hell? Can't do that.
Corrupt. This whole thing's corrupt, man. Yeah. I think everyone should just watch it from live streams, you know, illegal websites, and just kill off going to the games and stuff, man.
True. Sud BT Sport and all them lot. No, because like what I mean, like back in the day, say, I don't know, back in the day. I mean, I'm talking like 5 or 10 years ago. Those £200 tickets, you were getting that. You weren't even paying that at a tout. Like, even a tout was cheaper than that. I know you're paying official prices £200. That is bullshit.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
But okay,
crazy.
Well, you know, when I went to Paris for the Champions League final 13 years ago, my ticket cost me £45. I was behind the goal.
No way.
That's what I'm on about. £45
quid. And I was behind the goal, and on my travel, because I went by the coach and I went through the hovercraft through Calais, £99. So basically, it cost me £150 to go and watch the Champions League final, our biggest game. We lost, as you all know. You're the only team in London to win the Champions League. But yeah,
I love hearing that.
Hopefully it stays that way. What? Bloody Tottenham.
Well,
hopefully it stays that way, I'm saying.
Yeah, but with you Chelsea fans, you'll be inconvenienced, but you'll always be London's first cutter with it. Now Spurs win it before us. It's going to be like a dagger blow. You know, can you imagine Spurs with their cockerel and that little star above the cockerel?
Will Tottenham be bigger than Arsenal if they win?
Yeah. because they will be. They will be. If you win the Champions League, you're bigger than your rivals.
You're not. Nah, one Champions League is not bigger than 13 league titles. Come on now.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. But in the context of what we're trying to achieve.
Well,
the Champions League. If you context what the Champions League, Spurs have been above us for the last couple of 3 or 4 years, right? But to win the Champions League, they cement that their superiority over Arsenal will be cemented. Another thing as well, in terms of bragging rights, you cannot have an argument or banter with a Spurs fan ever if they won it before us. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
It can't happen.
Exactly. I mean, Liverpool winning it wouldn't be great. I still refuse to accept the existence of that final next Saturday. Just gonna ignore it. Just nah, that ain't happening.
But you're gonna watch it though.
Well, I'm trying not.
You watch it.
Friends are trying to convince me. I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
You watch it.
Yeah, we'll watch it, guys. Guy, I'm gonna round it off here. I need to prepare my fast, of course. But let me know your predictions for the game, Kenny.
I'm going to say 3-1, but I can't say who to.
3-1?
Sorry.
I don't know where you're getting goals from. There's got to be not that many goals. It's going to be a tight 1-0.
There'll be goals. You've got to realise it's the end of the season. You know, Europa League finals are traditionally more open than Champions League finals. Teams tend to play you attack and we attack. So I'm going to say 3-1, but I'm not saying who to.
Oof, okay. Lawrence?
I have 2 predictions.
Yeah.
Prediction 1. Prediction with the head, which is we lose 1-0 or 2-1 or something. Probably 1-0. Prediction with the heart is we win 2-1 in extra time with a Petr Cech mistake.
No.
Please don't say that.
Seriously.
Hey,
yeah, why not?
Imagine if Petr Cech, can you imagine it if it was a penalty shootout and we're 5-4 up and Eden Hazard takes the last penalty and Petr Cech saves it? It's not going to happen, is it?
No. You're doing this wrong. Petr Cech steps up to take one for Arsenal and then misses on purpose. We give him the Chelsea shirt straight after and he lifts the trophy for us.
Petr Cech was not saying. Remember, Petr Cech won the Champions League 7 years ago. He can save penalties. And he actually saved one in Moscow. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly my point. That's why he's, scoring and they're missing.
It's a good point.
No. All I'm saying is Petr Cech will start tomorrow. I know for a fact he's going to be professional, and we're going to need leaders tomorrow.
Same with Giroud.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, guys.
Did you just call Giroud the leader?
Sorry?
Did you just call Giroud the leader? Yeah, no, of course. Check, but did Sadiq just call Giroud?
Giroud leader, please.
No, I said professional. He's going to be professional as well.
Oh, all right. Well, he said he's now blue anyway, so
Well, because he kissed it or he done that or something.
Nah, but he said in an interview, innit? Nah, he's now blue. Arsenal's a long time ago now. He's now blue. It's much better anyway.
For sure. Guys, I'll let you guys plug your channel one more time.
Where's the cheek, guys? Right, my name's. You follow me on Twitter, KennyKen1972, and also I'm on Instagram, where I put out videos, like 1-minute videos, having a rant about Arsenal, just having a comment. Oh yeah, by the way, you watched my video about Game of Thrones, and I'll tell you one thing: I have not watched 1 minute of Game of Thrones, not 1 minute. I don't even know. I heard there's a bit of nookie in it, but that's all I know about Game of Thrones. If you guys can help me out about it and tell me a few things, it's like I'm joining the
fuck is a Game of Thrones?
I don't want to watch that ever, man.
I have no clue what you're on about.
Everyone watches it, man. Don't get into it. No one ever get into it. If anyone watches
it right now, you don't get Game of Thrones back in Austria.
Oh, Game of Thrones. Sorry, I misheard you. I thought Game of France, and I was like, "What the hell is a Game of France?"
I'm from Italy to that. Game of Thrones.
Oh no, I get you.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
I have seen it. Yes.
What are you fan of it?
Is it any good?
Well, it is good until the last 2 seasons. They aren't that good. But enjoy the first 6 seasons. They are great.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Lawrence, man. Plug your channel, G.
Before I plug my channel, what is your prediction anyway?
My prediction?
Yes.
I'm so happy you remembered me, man. Now I'm joking. I'm going for a boring 1-0. I can't say who either, man. But obviously, I hope Chelsea. But I think it's gonna be a boring 1-0.
But you know what, though, Sadiq? You know that Higuain is going to score that winner after he came on for Giroud.
No.
And then I'm going to come on your stream, and then I'm going to make you, I don't know, pray to bloody Higuain.
If Higuain scores, I don't know what I'd do. He won't score, man. He won't score. Trust me. He's not a big game player like that, man. I think about Argentina where he bottled against Germany.
This is only Europa League final. This is a big game.
I don't think he'll even come on personally. I just think.
Can I ask you a question? One question though, guys.
Yeah.
Can I ask you both questions? Because you guys know more. Are you having a parade tomorrow of your week? A parade on Thursday of your week?
No.
Yeah, we're having one on Thursday if we beat you. Don't ask me why.
Well, because it's your first European trophy, isn't it?
In 13 years, we've won 2 already. Our first in 13 years.
Yeah, I think you lot need it though. You lot need it. You haven't had one in ages, so.
Jesus Christ! So sorry, the last European trophy was 25 years ago. I was standing to be corrected. With George Graham won it.
Oh,
we beat Panama.
Fair enough.
George Graham. Lawrence, your channel, man.
My channel, yes, people. First of all, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to Worldwide Chelsea. You know, help my man Sadiq out. Subscribe and do all of the good stuff. And you know, after doing that, you can also subscribe to my channel. Sadiq said the link is down in the description. Check out my Twitter as well. It's Lau1607 over there. That would be massively appreciated. And yeah, I think all Sadiq and I can say is just hope we somehow do this tomorrow. Be great that. And if we don't, win the Champions League anyway, and then we're gonna cry all summer.
For sure. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button as well, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm gonna end the stream here. Just to let you guys know, we'll be doing a normal review after the game and also another live stream review. That's if you guys are free as well, tune in as well. He said 11:15 p.m. So if you lot are free, let me know. Yeah, could be a bit late for you guys, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.